Hey there, how's it going? Kevin Kolbe here on a very impromptu live stream. If you happen to be watching this live, hey, how's it going? Drop me a comment and just say, hey, I always want to say where you're calling from, where you're watching from. And if you're watching this on the replay, hopefully you're going to get something out of this because I got something really cool to share about Final Cut Pro and plugins and a company called Motion VFX. And by the way, if we haven't met, my name is Kevin Kolbe, and my channel is all about helping people like you get into and do more with video, so you can share your gifts, make an impact in the world. One of the things I love to do, and I've always loved to do, is edit. I started editing on video when it was tape. Does anybody know about that? When it was literally just tape, and you would edit tape to tape. And then I was introduced to the world of non-linear video, and or as some of it as we call digital, right? Non-linear. And my first system I ever edited on non-linear was Avid, and it blew my mind. By the way, if you're watching this again live, or you're watching this on replay, pop in and say, hey, and let me know what you edit on, because I know there's a lot of things out there. And today I'm going to be talking a little bit about Final Cut. And hey, coming from Vienna, hey, man, how are you? Good to see you. But let me know what you edit on in the comments. When I got into nonlinear, I started on Avid. Loved it. Blew my mind on nonlinear editing. And then I moved to I cut a little on and by the way, I'm old broadcast TV. We used to refer to it as cutting. I realize that can have other connotations, but we would call it cutting, and that's why I tend to call it. So I would do then we use Pinnacle, we use some other things. Then I got into Premiere Pro. Now I run my own business, and I'll be honest, Premiere is great. I got tired of paying the rent. I switched to Final Cut Pro and did a video on this channel that actually helped my channel grow a lot, called How to Get Final Cut Pro 10 for free. I'll put a link to that. I think you can still get it free for 90 days. You can do a heck of a lot of editing in 90 days. I mean, it's insane. Absolutely fell in love with Final Cut for a lot of reasons, but a lot of them was the plugins. And I would say the majority of plugins I use are from a company called Motion VFX. I don't even know where I first heard from. Now, there's also other companies out there like, Pixel Films, and forgot some of the other ones. But for me, I have never seen plugins that are that easy to use than are the ones from Motion VFX. I mean, literally, you install them and it's amazing. Now they have templates. Now I think, and we're going to look at it in just a second. I want to show you something I've done with it. But they, I think they have things for Photoshop. Maybe I'm not Photoshop. After Effects and Premiere. I don't use the Adobe products. I don't know. I do know that they have stuff for Apple Motion. I've got Apple Motion. I think I've used it twice. And tons of stuff for Final Cut. And there are some free things on there, but they are running a huge sale to celebrate 10 years of Final Cut Pro 10. Until I got, and so here's how I knew. I got this email. This is actually from the email that say, since Final Cut Pro 10 is 10 years old, we're going to celebrate with a 25% store-wide discount. That's huge. That's really what I wanted to talk about today. And in the link, in the description of this, there's a link to Motion VFX. It's my affiliate link. And then there's also the code in there if you use FCP10. Now, the code's only good for a short period of time, so hopefully you're going to see this video in the next few days. But there's a limited time deal on it, and there might be some things excluded. But dang, to save 25% off a plugin with the code, and the code is FCP10. And I got to tell you, as somebody who uses plugins from them a lot, I can just tell you how easy they are to use. In fact, there's another video I did, and I'll try to remember to link that too. It's on my channel about just using plugins. I think it's like get more out of your videos with plugins 2020 or something like that. But I got to tell you right now, it's crazy how much you can do. Let me show you a little sample of something I did just to give you an idea. Everything you saw in that video was done with a plugin from Motion VFX. And here's the thing that I think some folks may not know is that there's 2 or 3 packages that to me are the absolute bomb. They're the ones to get, and I'll show you those in just a second. But everything in that video was done with a plugin. And what's really cool is when you buy them, and they come with like a mini installer. I think they call it M installer, which is free. You download it, and it automatically loads them into Final Cut Pro. There's nothing you have to do. You don't have to like activate anything, and you may have to restart Final Cut, but then when you restart it, it's there, which is cool. Now, I will say this, one little disclaimer. I'm on the new MacBook Pro M1, and you do have to do something called a launch Rosetta, because when Apple launched, as much as I love Apple, they didn't really make sure everybody that was non-Apple was ready. So if you launch that, then all the plugins work. I haven't had any issue, and you basically it's a free download. You launch it, and then the plugins will work. And if that's too much detail, then don't worry about it. Now, if you're not on the M1, they work. It's just phenomenal. So what ended up happening is that you buy a plugin, and when I say plugin, I'll show you they're bundles. And when you download it and it installs, oh my word, you get all of these templates and plugins that you can do different things with. But you can take something that may be what is called a lower third, like subscribe, and change it and add your name to it. They're highly customizable, What I want to show you is, let's just take you to the site right now. So this is, wrong one. Here we go. This is what Motion VFX looks like. In fact, there you go, right there. When you go there, you're going to see this right here. Get 25% off. Now I'm going to close that, but again, if you forget that, it's in the comment. The code is FCP10, and my link is down there. But check some of these out. Now, this is a brand new one. I'm also on their mailing list, so I get to see things like the sale that they were doing. But when you go to plugins, and you can search different things, so you can just see on and on and on. So if we search here, you can do different things. Silicon ready. Silicon ready means, is it for the M1? So let's just do, I don't know, we'll just do transitions. And it'll sort it, and you'll see things, you see what they've got right there. So I'm going to clear that, and I think you can just search Pro. Let's see. I've never done this like that.
So a lot of these may be already Final Cut Pro. Here's the other thing too. So did you notice it said free? Free. There's even free things on here. Now you don't need a promo code for free, but if you look at a lot of different things, there's an emoji pack. Here's the other thing too. If you're not sure and you check this out, they have demos. So you can watch and you can get a feel for it. It gives you a lot of different examples. And this one right here I'm showing you is totally free. Totally free. Let's go back to plugins. The ones that I have, let me get out of this for 1 second and look at this. So I'm going to show you the ones that I have. My products. Let me go here. Here we go. All right. So if we go back to here, now these are all the plugins I have. Now I got to tell you, I don't use all of them all the time, but I can tell you the ones I would recommend. This one right here, MTuber and MTuber. I'm sorry, MTuber and MTuber 2. And where's it? M Channel Modern. Just look at that. Just cool stuff. MTuber 2. Here, we'll click this one out. You get a lot of different things in here. Now, they will sell bundles. But see this right here? So this is actually one of the templates. And where they've got the box right there, you can drop a logo in. These all are in here too. This. So just imagine creating YouTube videos, right? Or videos for anything where you can add a lot of just cool graphics and templates and things like that that are affordable. Now, we can look at the prices in a minute. Let's. So I don't, on the video I did, and I'll roll it here again in just a second. You know, I treated the video. So LUTs, I think it stands for lookup table. It's basically there was one where it gives you different predetermined looks. So there's like an orange and there's a cool and things like that. I don't use it often, but for that demo, I wanted the clips just to look really, saturized and color. And so I used that. Actually, that one may have been real. I mean, it may have been real, may have been free. But the logos are killer because what happens is it actually will animate logos for you. So like if you have a logo for your business or a client, or you're just wanting to jazz something up, some of these logo packs, oh my word, they're insane. Here, I'll just click on this one. We're literally, I mean, watch this for a second. Watch this. Come on now, play. Every time you see the M, so every one of those logos, that can be done to your logo. It's called a plugin. And it just makes it, I mean, so amazingly cool. Again, the ones I would recommend would be MTuber 2, MTuber, M Channel, I think, or M Channel Modern. Now you get different things in there. So like, for example, let's look at MTuber 2. And here's the funny thing. You can tell when, I can tell when I'm watching other YouTubers and channels, when they're using these packs, I'm like, oh yeah, I've seen that. Oh, I've seen that. It's just really cool. But here's some of the things you get in there. I'm going to close this out. Now, some of the bundles aren't that good. You have to decide, but they can save you some money. So we looked at this just a second ago, but typically they will show you, and there's even like tutorials and things in there. Now, literally when they say drag and drop, it is drag and drop. You can drag the effect on your video, on the timeline. You can customize it and you're done. And the customization is really crazy. 4K resolution. Look at this. So this is the MTuber 2, one of the ones I would recommend. 61 different elements. So you can see different ones. I've used that one. So just imagine all the things you can do. Social media. In fact, this one right here I've used before. So when you click on it, you don't have to. You say, "Well, I don't have Twitter." They have all the social media icons already built in. So if you wanted to change that to Facebook, you could, or LinkedIn, or YouTube, or your logo. That's what's really cool. Ending scenes. So like for end plates, things like that. Titles. I've used this quite a bit. What is this one? Search phrase. And what's really cool about these is you can fill it in, but you could use this and totally change the color of the bar, change the name, unless your name's Robert Morrison, and then go for it. Logos. This is what's really cool. So wherever you see it says logo, the plugin is that easy just to replace any logo. So all of my logos are made in Canva. That's where I make everything. I import them as a PNG with a transparent background, which is one of the settings in Canva. And then anywhere within a Motion VFX plugin that there's an M logo, you can replace that with a logo. You can actually replace it with a photo. It doesn't always have to be a logo, but you can see the different ones. In fact, there was one I used. Pointers. I've used this a lot. This one, little burst right here, and you can change the colors and you can change the direction and stuff. I've used that. I've used a lot of these to emphasize things. The circles, really cool. So you can get as creative. Oh, I use this one all the time. The arrow and the pointer. In fact, I think I just used the pointer on a video I just did. Then there's backgrounds that animate that are really cool. And what's really nice is about these is you can choose to have the animation come on or off or both. So for example, you can have like one of the animations, it'll animate on, then you literally just turn it off and it doesn't animate off. But you can change so much stuff about the size and everything. So what I want to do right now is I want to roll that video one more time, and just to show you all the things you can do in there. So let's do it. So, I want to be careful about this. And I say this all the time. I said this when I was a creative director and worked with a creative team at a Fox station, that, you can really junk up, you can junk up a video. So I'm not a proponent of just like buying things and throwing text on them, but a lot of times to emphasize things, you can do that. Now, I'm going to just turn the sound off on this for just a second. And so this one right here, that's one of the templates. Now, this is all just text. All it is text. And where it says up here, make an impact, make video, like and subscribe, you can change all of that. So the template may just say M Motion or M Tuber or whatever this template is, and then you can change that. I also live stream on Amazon Live. This is actually one of the logos, one of the logo packs that has the smoke and the lightning all built in. And then, if you add sound effects, that makes it even better. Again, and the logo, it has this is one of them that has that effect. I think it's called a glitch or a smear. Again, if we looked at this one inside Final Cut Pro, the Kevin Kolbe would say M logo, and you just replace it with your logo. You can replace it with anything you wanted. That is a lower third. That, I don't even know what it says, but I add the kevinkolbe.com and the name. Again, you can customize it however you want. This is one of the full screens. This one is a lower third that you can put anything in. And so I just chose to add my title. Live streaming tips. I love this one. I'm pretty sure this was an MTuber 2. Another lower third. Okay, this again is, so this logo was done in Canva, but this is actually one of the animations in one of the M logos. So again, you can do some amazing animations without being an animator. This is another template from there, and the logo was done in Canva. This one is actually interesting. If I can get to a spot here where you can see it. So I'm actually combining, and I think people, maybe they don't realize that this much, but you can actually combine two templates. So if we were to jump into Final Cut, which I can't do right now because I wasn't that prepared. But the Kevin Kolbe part with my web address is one template, and the this YouTube subscribe is another plugin rather. And all I did is just stack them on top of each other in Final Cut, and you kind of get that 2-in-1 effect. So let me roll back just a little, just so you can see that. Now watch. And they kind of go, well, actually, I don't think I have it go out. So the idea is, though, you can actually take and stack them. This is one of the logo ones. That one actually, I think, was supposed to be a Facebook subscribe one. This is a logo one. It's just that cool. This is, again, in one of those other packages. And you can have this say whatever. You could say, join my mastermind, or do whatever. So, again, it is really cool when you see the possibility of all the things. Now, again, they have templates. When you go to the templates, you'll see After Effects, Motion, Final Cut, compositing elements. There's free things in here. It's just amazing. And I mean, look, this video is not sponsored. Motion VFX doesn't. I am an affiliate, and the link that I have in the description is an affiliate link. If you've heard of affiliate marketing, that's how it works. I don't buy all of their stuff, and I have some of their free things. The LUT one in there I did is free, but I'm just a fan of how easy it is to use it. So if again you're looking for a way to save some money right now for a limited time, Motion VFX, link in the description, is running a sale to celebrate 10 years of Final Cut Pro 10. I didn't realize it was 10 years. There's the code FCP10, and if you use that, you can save 25% off. Now, it says store-wide. I haven't checked it out right now. I'm not looking for any, but I have a bunch of their plugins. And when you get to Final Cut Pro, again, I'm using Final Cut Pro, it is literally, it just shows up where your titles are. You find the one you want, you drop it on the video, you drop it on the timeline, you can customize it, and it's that simple. So anyway, if you're looking for some really, really cool plugins and templates, Motion VFX, even if you watch this later and the sale's over, it's definitely worth checking out. So, hey, I'm Kevin Kolbe. I want to just pop in because I thought, when can I share this? Because this sale's only going to go on for so long. So there you go. Hope you can save some cash and get some really cool plugins for your projects. And let me know anytime I can help you do more with video so you can share your gifts, make an impact in the world. I'm Kevin. Peace out.